Hey everybody, we're here for another RLG cast reviews. Today we have Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. We're going to keep this one short. I'm here with JD777. I'm here with Putty. Their stuff will be in the bio. Check out their channel. So we'll just jump right into this.
I am
The
Groot.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Huh? Who?
I am Groot.
He is Groot. The Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special is basically Mantis and Drax want to bring Christmas back for Star-Lord, who hasn't had Christmas in many years.
Since he was kidnapped.
And he wants to just celebrate. They're under the idea that he's had a really bad time in space with Christmas, which ends up not being true. But that's not a spoiler.
No.
Anyway, so they go to get Kevin Bacon to bring Kevin Bacon so that he can hang out with Kevin Bacon. And that's the description of this movie for real. So non-spoilery, I had a really fun time with this. It's arguably the best Marvel thing from this entire year. I has a lot of heart. The comedy was good.
I got a little misty-eyed at the end.
I got misty-eyed like 4 or 5 times, but the end just didn't let you go. It just held on to you and kept
a couple things at the end.
To me, it started at the moment when Groot gives them the presents of those like claymation things.
Oh, yeah. Made from himself.
Yeah, and then the last guy, Yondu's brother or whatever, laughs at it.
Kraglin.
Are we spoiling it here now, or like what are we doing?
That's just gifts. It's just a gift thing. Like, there's not really, you can't really have spoilers for this.
But the Kraglin holding the Kraglin, holding the Kraglin, holding.
Yeah, holding the Kraglin. But it's I thought getting like I don't really give a crap about Drax, but getting to spend this time with Mantis and letting Palm Clementieff really like shine
and expand her character.
I was like, why are we not getting her own like movie, or like I want her in the forefront of it now. Like that was fantastic.
She's going to be, I mean, moving forward with Volume 3, she's going to be clearly now she's going to be a major player.
Yes, which we won't tell you what happens, but you'll see.
Well, that makes sense. It's a replacement, kind of. That's all I'm going to say. So,
I mean, I guess, and I'm happy because I was never a Gamora fan. So I don't really like Zoe Saldana to begin with, but either way, I had a fun time with this. Everything about it was just like, you got the smashing pumpkins.
And can we say my boy Groot got thick?
Yeah. Okay. Well, so the whole Groot thing. Here's the thing. I like
with 3 C's thick.
I like the new character that was introduced, even though he was already introduced in the first Guardians. That's all I'm gonna say. But I was so happy they finally expanded on that character and actually gave it a voice now. Like, I'm like, oh my god, they did it! They finally did it, and we'll get to that. But then that also means the expectations are going to be big for 3 in my eyes. But with Groot and everything, that's the other thing. It's funny. He does this whole thing where he's a skinny twig, right? Then when he became the next age, he was kind of like a chubby little small character. Then he went to the skinny teen. Now he's this bulking, like,
well, he's
like
getting ready to become like adult Groot again, right?
Yeah, but the adult one was kind of skinny too. He was big, but he was skinny. That's my whole point.
He was apparently he was already old in that first Guardians. He was already old.
Well, yeah, that's my point. That's why I'm saying we're seeing the bulking version. That
comic books aside, in the lore of the MCU specifically, Groot is a very formidable character. He's like one of the strongest characters, and his powers let him do a lot of things. Right? I don't want to. If anyone has anything else quick here, I'd rather just move on to the spoilers.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right, so what's your ratings?
Oh, I give it an 8 out of 10. I think it was really enjoyable. I mean, it's one of those things. It's not it's canon, but it's just really fun, and it's a charming thing, which it is a Christmas thing. So we got
Kevin Bacon has two canon characters now in the MCU.
Exactly. So yeah,
I'm right up there with you. I'm 7, 9, 8 on that scale as well. I really enjoyed this.
I'm not going to go that high, but it's not because I didn't like it. I think this was fantastic, but given the fact that it's 35 minutes, I don't really want to put it in the upper echelon of like the really good Marvel movies, but I'm very happy to place it right next to Werewolf by Night with a 7.4, 7.5.
Well, that's what I'm thinking more of the series numbers.
I kind of enjoyed this one slightly better.
I enjoyed it more, but I don't think it was better made of a project, but like in personal enjoyability, I'm gonna go home and watch it again right when I leave here. So I mean, it's a really fun time. So we're gonna open the floor for spoilers. So if you came for no spoilers, peace out.
See ya.
And here we go.
Cosmo. I'm so happy Cosmo is in there. I'm so happy that they finally, and I feel like he's gonna be the new Guardian.
Cosmo's a friggin' useless character, but
I don't care,
okay,
but
fine.
it's gonna be such an appealing.
I was
character
expecting
for
an
kids.
appearance by Howard the Duck.
I feel like Howard the Duck, and here's the thing: I kind of feel like Howard the Duck might be something more of. They might actually push toward Deadpool side, because I feel like if
I think
like
that's fair. But I still think they could have shown him in the movie
because he was on if he was in the cage right next to
Cosmo. But see, if they're using the what if story, he's probably off doing his own thing now too. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It depends. That's where that's splitting off.
But yeah, that's just me personal. Like, I thought like let's talk about the revelation then that we find out a big plot point, which I think is going to play big into Volume 3, is that Mantis is Star-Lord's half sister.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is going to play huge with Adam Warlock coming up in Volume 3.
Makes sense. Yep.
I think they're going to find out, because like we already know now that like Star-Lord has some kind of power that he doesn't know, really.
Yeah.
And
he is half eternal after all. Celestial, sorry.
There in the next movie, there's going to be some kind of thing where they're going to like figure out how to unlock their power together, and they're going to do like a combo thing that's going to save
combo
everybody.
Breaker.
Yeah, like
okay,
Mantis and him are going to have like some kind of like they're like both the keys to each other's like superpower
to unlock. Yeah,
yeah.
And see, I wouldn't mind. It'd be funny if they do some kind of like a prelude again to Yondu doing the whole like maybe in memory kind of thing, because I liked what they did with Yondu in this about the whole it seems like he's bad, but he's just a Grinch, a grumpy guy, but he was there for him. And those when he revealed the guns, like my tears. Yeah.
Look, they hit you with the Groot scene. Okay, they hit you with the Groot scene, and then they meet where she gives the gift to even Karen Gillan's character. I don't know what the fuck.
Nebula.
Oh my God! But
she's like, for me. So you have that whole thing.
Rocket.
And then it leads immediately into him telling that story about Yondu. That leads immediately into the finding out about the sister, and you're like, it was just too much. Like it just like piled on, and I was like, okay,
yeah, because when I saw Rocket open up and see the arm, like I can't wait how they're gonna play that. How are they gonna play that? The Winter Soldier, like, are they gonna actually bring that?
It's like you saw the meme I sent you. I'm gonna get that arm.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if they're going to play off that with when it comes to Winter Soldier now. Like, are we going to have him in Guardians and he's like, "Give me my arm back"? Like, that would be a great.
This is my thing, and I think I don't know if James Gunn said this, but I feel like somebody did. I don't think you're going to see Guardians cross over with the mainline Marvel universe until the next big event. Like, they will not even mention it. Nothing. Thor's gone. Everybody's gone.
But I feel like Winter Soldier might be one.
I feel like there might be something with the High Evolutionary and Kang.
It's possible because now that we've seen Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier or whatever, we know that Bucky's off doing his own thing. He's off the grid as well, just like the Guardians are. So they're not going to meet up with each other. But I would like to see that. I agree.
Now, does this take place right after, I guess, Love and Thunder?
After they would have split up, I would assume.
Yeah.
Because apparently this leads right into Guardians 3.
Which would then make sense. This is right after that. Yeah. Then. So I guess they just go back to nowhere, and then all of a sudden it's Christmas, and boom, there we go.
But yeah, I mean,
that makes sense.
Hey, I had a really fun time with this.
Like I said,
Kevin Bacon, Smashing Pumpkins.
I know. Christmas. I heard that music. I was like, I got to find that song too. I do want to say this.
They have an album. Just type it in, Smashing Pumpkins Christmas.
I think we have the push up there that we're actually going to have more of a catalyst for Groot, Rocket, and Cosmo to become something of a cash grab at the same time being like having their own. I mean, I feel like they're setting up something there. You know what I mean? Like again,
they have to do something different because this is Gunn's last foray.
That's my
with the Guardians.
That's my point.
I don't ever think that Cosmo is going to be a valid Marvel character.
See, I think
he's gonna appear in the movie, I promise you, but she's not gonna like be on the journey.
You know what I would like? I would like that do like they did the Rocket and Groot adventures in the comic book, but have it as a series.
Well, that's my whole point. This could be their slow way of doing exactly like their own, like the Super Pets and everything, like DC did theirs. This could lead into something like that because you got to think we have Howard the Duck involved as well.
Yeah, but DC's League of Super Pets is not canon.
Well, no, I get it. I'm not saying this. I'm just saying that's their just way. This is their way of doing that if they wanted to. Like, I just feel like the Cosmo thing. It might not have just been an Easter egg. I feel like that actually they might be trying to push it because it's a very they're for the longest time with a sought after.
If it is, it is. I'm not going to sit here and say no.
Yeah.
But this is one of those things where I feel like you've latched onto something you specifically want,
course.
and you're not willing to let it go now.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
Cosmo
exactly.
did play, like, if anybody's played the Guardians of the Galaxy game that came out last year, Cosmo did play a big part in that one.
But he's done that in the books themselves
Well,
too.
Cosmo
So
is actually a woman in this. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's
Yeah.
number one.
Sorry.
Let's get that right. Okay, number two. I do think that the way that it's going to play out, maybe there will be a following movie because the Guardians are disbanding after this. It will no longer be this Guardians team. So maybe the next Guardians team has Cosmo in it.
Well, that's my point. I feel like what's happening is they're trying to make sure that they can keep Groot, Rocket, a viable team, and
Do you think?
those two.
Do you think Shaun Gunn will return now that his brother is gone from the MCU?
Yes, I think that it's a paying gig, and why would you leave? And I think he'll stay. He'll be one of the people who remains on the Guardians team.
Yeah, Kraglin's going to be. Yeah,
it's going to be Kraglin, Rocket, Groot, maybe Cosmo, and everyone else is going to be gone. I genuinely think Mantis is going to die in the next movie, and Drax.
Yeah, Drax will die in the next one.
Apparently. And then Chris Pratt is going to go off to contemplate his existence. And he won't show up again until the big cataclysmic event of Marvel, whatever happens.
Yeah.
Well, that might be where a lot of them die, and then that's when we finally go into Guardians 4 or whatever. It'll be literally a whole new set, which they've already key characters anyway too.
We know that Groot is going to Groot.
Yeah.
And we know that Rocket is very strong-willed, and like people dying is not going to stop him from continuing on his journey, right? That's why I think that that group is just going to keep going.
That's why I think, like I was saying, with the Rocket.
Oh, and Karen Gillan's character is going to stay with them too.
Yeah, but that's why I was thinking along the lines of like Rocket wants to find out what happened to him and why he is the way he is. So that's why I'm thinking a TV series of the Rocket and Groot adventures can tell that story.
And then you can just easily, like we said, you can shoehorn Cosmo and Karen, Nebula, and Kraglin into that story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Where Rocket is now the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which makes sense, yeah.
And their team is still strong enough to be like an actual team. Maybe you add like one or two more people, like Taserface. But that's the way she goes. I don't have anything else.
No, I just enjoyed it. I think it's one of those things I'm going to watch every Christmas just because it's one of those actually good things to watch.
Yeah, and it's very short.
Yeah.
Bring in Guardians into Starjammers.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, jam your way out of this. All right, guys. Peace out. Thank you for watching. Watch the movie. Check out their stuff. And I like you.